Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
Welcome into the broadcast booth. We get you ready for Wilkes football. Here's the Wilkes football pregame show, the John Mendola Show Network, and on WilkesAthletics.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. This afternoon, it's Wilkes on the road taking on Delaware Valley. We'll have all the action for you. Here is the interview I taped with Coach John Drock ahead of today's matchup with the Aggies. Welcome to the Wilkes football pregame show. We're getting ready for Wilkes taking on Delaware Valley. Got Coach Jonathan Drock with us here. And Coach, first win as a head coach last week. What was the locker room like after that?
We had a little bit of fun. It was a good time, and it's always fun to win close games, and the kids were really excited. Obviously, we haven't beat them in a while, so that added a little bit to it as well.
And what was it like, I think, for the upperclassmen, too? First win for them in 12 tries to finally have that different feel coming off the field.
I think when we talked about it, and we'd like to have that feeling again. You know what I mean? I think that we talked about it the previous week when we lost that football game. And,
right.
What that felt like, and to remember that. And I told them to remember that as well. You know what I mean? I think it's a valuable experience for them, and it's good to remember that, that's for sure.
So we talked a lot about, in the last 2 weeks, about ball control for you guys, and it seemed like that's what kept you guys in contention last week. 30 first downs, 9 of 13 on third down. What's been working? What's making that go for you guys?
I mean, we're just making the plays that are there, honestly. I mean, we're not trying to do anything dynamic or fantastic. I know Jeff Stieber made a couple pretty big plays on the field, right. But more often than not, I mean, it was just 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, you know, at a clip, and continuing to do the things we needed to do to move the football. I think that drive in the fourth quarter, we almost ate up 11 minutes and just completely took the ball out of their hands, and that's what we had to do in that situation. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the main reason why we won that football game.
Down 14-0 again, not the greatest position to be in, but you guys respond to tie it for the second week in a row. What does that say about your young team? What does that do for their confidence to keep doing that?
I think they know they can bounce back. I mean, obviously we don't want to stop spotting teams 14 points as best that we possibly can, but it's a resiliency thing, you know what I mean? And I think as a young football team, as they get to know themselves and they get to know our overall MO, we're never going to be out of a football game, and they know that, and they believe in that.
Jose wins MAC Offensive Player of the Week, 337 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 426 yards of total offense. He looks like the team leader out there, and he's really playing it. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, he's playing well. He's playing well right now. He's making smart decisions with the football in his hand. We did have the one fumble where he took his front hand off the football, which we corrected. But at the same time, I think that he's putting us in positions to make some of those long drives. And he's the one guy that touches the ball basically every play, and he gets a lot of say in what the decisions are that's made in the field. And he makes some plays too. Don't get that wrong, because he's out there and he's a dynamic athlete, and when things break down, people have to account for him. And he's a very, very difficult young man to tackle in the open field.
You mentioned Jeff Stieber. He had a stellar day too. 10 catches, 168 yards. He's got 17 catches already this year. I feel like he's catching a lot of balls that sometimes you don't think he's going to come down with, and somehow he does. What does that do for the receiving core to see him doing that?
I think, I mean, he's definitely our vertical threat right now down the field, and he's going to demand some double coverage, and that's going to open up some other guys eventually. You know what I mean? I think that teams are going to have to recognize that he's a force to be reckoned with as he goes down the football field, and if that pulls the top off the coverage and that opens up some things for our tight ends and our slot receivers, then those are the things that will start to develop for us down the road. But it's great to have the confidence to know when he's on the field that he's going to be able to make some plays, whether he catches a hitch and breaks it for another 15, or he catches a post over the top and goes up over a corner.
We saw a lot of Jason Wylie this past game against Lebanon Valley. What is kind of his athleticism, his abilities kind of help you guys with?
He's different. I mean, he's just a little bit different than some of the other backs that we have, and he was a big contributor the previous week on special teams, and he actually had a little bit more of a role offensively this past week than the week before, and I think he's very, very good with the football in his hands, and he's learning a lot of the other pieces right now. He adds a dynamic athlete. He finishes forward when he's running the football, and I think that he's a guy that will continue to grow as he gets more and more confident and more comfortable within the offense.
Talking with Coach Strock here, the Wilkes football pregame show. Coach, defensively, still get some good chunks of yards being given up, but it just looks like the defense, again, got better as the game went on. How do you get that from the start of the game? How do you get them to play like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is just feeling out and playing the actual speed of the game, which is different. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can't replicate right now the size of Lebanon Valley or the speed of Lebanon Valley's back with our scout team. We just can't. We're not deep enough to be able to do that. So it does take a little bit for them to kind of get up to the speed of the game and kind of see how teams are attacking us. And I think a lot of credit needs to be given to our defensive staff because they made a lot of adjustments in the sideline. One of the things that not a lot of people know about that game is that our headphones were out the entire game.
Yep.
And our entire staff was on the sideline, so we didn't have that above view vantage point for a good portion of the game. But they were still able to make a lot of adjustments and put our kids in situations to be successful. Pat
Rickey and Bud Moyer especially seem like they got in the backfield consistently, and I feel like the front seven just continues to do that well.
Yeah, they give relentless effort. You know what I mean? I think that those kids, whether they're getting doubled or whatever it may be, whoever gets a single block is giving relentless effort. And Justin Trollinger and Vinny Werner and Dane Tarantelli, I mean, there's a lot of guys up there that are doing a really good job at forcing offenses to not just run the football, but throw the football and put them in some long yardage situations where they can pin their ears back and go after it.
Felt like Amari Peterson and Devin Fink helped the secondary eventually settle in as well. They made some nice open field stops. How would you rate the secondary's performance as that game went on?
I think that they tightened things down a little bit as the game went on. I think they stopped giving people as much room, and we were able to close up some of those short passes and whatnot that they were getting early on in the football game.
Right.
And that led them into some of those longer yardage situations as the game went on. I thought that those guys, again, I mean, Amari's only a sophomore. Some people forget about that sometimes. He didn't play a whole lot of reps last year. He's almost basically a freshman on the football field. So they're just going to continue to get better as we go on and as we get throughout the course of the season and they see more routes and they see more receivers. They're just going to become better and better football players, and they're developing right now.
Talking with Coach John Strock here, the Wilkes football pregame show. Coach, let's turn to this week. Number 22, Delaware Valley, 12-1 season last year, an NCAA appearance. They're usually a pretty good combination of physicality and athleticism. How do you kind of match that?
I think we need to match that with our front force. I think right now that we need to do the things that we do really well. The things that we do really well are control the tempo of the game, control the pace of the game, and control our decision making. Their opponents right now lead the league in penalties, so anybody they play, they force into a lot of penalty situations, but they also make the most penalties as far as a unit goes as well. So we need to capitalize on some of those things. We need to capitalize on the fact that we know what we're doing and that we're a little bit different opponent than they saw last year. You know what I mean? I think that we were able to play them relatively close last year without Jose Taboro, and I think that for us, we'll have some areas where we can attack them in their secondary and on the ground. They are extremely athletic. I can't say enough how athletic they are. They are long, they're athletic, they're very tough, they're very physical. They're a very good football team. They are an NCAA playoff caliber football team without any question in my mind.
And offensively, they've got an athletic quarterback in Deshaun Darden. You know, he hurt Wilkes last year in that game that was pretty close. What challenges does he kind of pose as a quarterback?
He poses a lot of the same challenges that Jose poses because when something breaks down, he's able to run the football, and he's a physical runner as well. He's a big, thick kid that throws the ball extremely well, but you have to account for that other extra dynamic and the fact that even if it is a drop back pass, that's a run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You have to keep him within the pocket, and you have to keep your rush lanes, and you have to keep a lot of your discipline and your integrity within your rush in order to box him in.
Right.
And with a dynamic athlete that has a great grasp of the offense, which he does, being a senior, he's difficult to play against without question. And then he has a lot of weapons at his disposal. You know what I mean? I think that some of those receivers, their big tight end, their athletic offensive line, I mean, those guys are excellent football players.
I thought that was interesting. Their tight end's their leading receiver 2 games into the year.
Well, he is extremely long. He's athletic. He runs like a damn deer. You know what I mean? He plays like a receiver at times. He plays attached. He's physical. So he's a very, very versatile football player.
Meanwhile, the other side of the ball, they use 4 linebackers. They've got a great defensive end in Christian Snowden, who really played well against Wilkes last year, forced a lot of those second half turnovers that kind of changed the game for them. What's the challenge going to be? What is the challenge with a 3-4 defense for your offense?
Well, they go back and forth between a 3-4 and a 4-3. They're playing two other freshmen this year as well on the defensive line, the Noble brothers, that are dynamic as all hell. And they create a lot of disruption in the backfield. They turn those guys loose up front, and they say, go get in the backfield and wreak havoc, and those guys do a great job of that. We need to control their movement, take advantage a little bit sometimes of their getting out leveraged on the edge. That's one of Jose's best things I think that he does, is when he sees people get out leverage, he takes advantage of that leverage. They're going to have to play him maybe a little bit differently than they played the last two quarterbacks that they've played as well.
Right.
So I'll be interested to see what the types of schemes and whatnot they're going to use against him. But they always are a very aggressive attacking style defense that is very, very disciplined and sound in what they do. They're not going to give up a whole lot of big plays, and they're going to make you earn it all the way down the field. And I think that's one thing we've shown we've been able to do so far, is earn it. And we're going to have to do that on Saturday.
First MAC conference game of the season on the road against a ranked opponent. How does Wilkes come out of Doylestown with a win?
By being disciplined. I think by worrying about what we're doing and not so much what Delaware Valley's doing. We always talk about taking care of us and worrying about what we do on a daily basis. We can't worry about their movement. We can't worry about their athletes. We just have to be the best version of us that we possibly can be, and then hope that's good enough when we go out in the field on Saturday. I think, like I said, we'll have some things that we can take advantage of as well, because we have a lot of talent across the board too. And we're going to be a little bit different than what they were used to last year as well.
Yep. Well, Coach, good luck. We'll see what happens. Wilkes taking on Delaware Valley. Coach, appreciate your time as always.
Thanks so much.
So you heard Coach talk about it. It's an interesting matchup here with Wilkes and Delaware Valley. Both these teams 1-1 on the season. To get things started here, it will be Wilkes who won the toss and deferred to the second half. So Delaware Valley, the number 22 team in the country, will take the football. 1-1 on the year, coming off a win over University of Massachusetts Dartmouth 52-21. They lost to ranked Wesley 31-14, but don't let that score fool you. That was a game that was very close up through to halftime and beyond that as well, until Del Val just kind of lost a little steam. A couple mistakes kind of did them in against that team. So here we go. Wilkes coming off a big win on the road, 30-27 over Lebanon Valley in overtime. So it will be the offense from Delaware Valley, starting with the football, 396.5 yards per game for them. Wilkes in the away white uniforms. They've got the blue numbers with the gold trim, the gold and white trim down the blue pants, and of course the navy helmets with the Wilkes W on it and the numbers on the other side. Meanwhile, Delaware Valley counters in the home green uniforms. They've got the gold numbers, the green and black trim on the pants. So they're back to receive. Flowers and Santilla back for the Aggies. Cutteroff has the ball, the 35-yard line. Here we go. End over end kick coming to the near side, and it's going to be picked up around the 5-yard line. This is Flowers. Flowers moving to his left side. He's got the 20. Now a crease up the middle across the 25, and he almost breaks it free down at the 39-yard line. So that'll start the offense for Delaware Valley. Deshaun Darden, the senior from Norristown, 29-54, 359 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns and an interception so far this year. He's also run for 79 yards and another score. He leads the offense. Dante Simmons is the leading rusher for this team. 21 rushes for 156 yards for the sophomore from Bristol. Simmons stands next to Darden out of the gun. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. So back goes Darden. He's rolling to his right, looking down into the flat, and it's high and incomplete, intended for Nelson. So the first one no good there. He'll go to Aaron Nelson a lot. He'll also go to his tight end, Dan Allen, the junior, 6'5", 215, listed from Philadelphia. 4 receivers to the right, 2nd and 10. Darden, a quick pass to the outside. It's Nelson trying to get him on a little bit of a wide receiver screen. He has tripped up and down, they're going to say, I think, right at the line of scrimmage. So So it's complete to Nelson, but it's for no gain. And now it's 3rd and 10 here. So it's going to be a big 3rd down stop here possibly for Wilkes. Not even a minute into the game. 3rd and 10. 2 to the top. Wing left. Tight left as well. With someone in tight and receiver to the right. Shotgun for Darden. Back he goes. 4-man rush from Wilkes. Darden spins. Rolls to his left. Looking downfield trying to get away. And he's dragged down around the 43-yard line. About 5 yards on the pickup. So nothing there. And it looks like it's an opportunity here for Wilkes. Cadis stands inside his own 20-yard line. Adams to punt this one away, gets it away under some duress. It's a high, spiraling kick taken by Cadis around his own 12-yard line, and that's where he will catch it, and that's where Wilkes will take over. So the DV defense out onto the field. The Wilkes Colonels offense coming out. MAC Offensive Player of the Week, Jose Tabora, the junior quarterback, 49 of 78, 571 yards passing. He had 426 yards of total offense in the win over Lebanon Valley. 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line with 13:25 to go here in the first. Two to the near side, one to the top. 1st and 10 from the 12. Tabora with Taragna next to him. He brings a man in motion, and that's Nelson. Fakes the handoff. It's a quarterback keeper running off the right side, and nice run Tabora across the 15 and pounds his way out to the 19-yard line. Good start there. A pickup of close to 7 on the play. So a 7-yard pickup. The ball's on the far side hash. Wilkes is moving right to left as we see it here. No score, 13 or under 13 minutes here. 12:55 to play first quarter. 2 to the near side. I formation this time. Taragna dots it. Stieber the deep man. Yannick in the slot. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Taragna lowers his head. Gets the first down. Crossing out to the 25-yard line. About 6 yards on the play. So the Colonels get their first down of the game. So a punt on the first possession, a 3-and-out from Delaware Valley, and now Wilkes has a first down. Right to left, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top for Tabora once again. So he waits. He brings a man in motion. It's Nelson. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, runs it up the middle. Now tries to get to the outside, squirts through across the 30. He's down maybe right at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5. So Tabora not doing anything special just yet. Running up the middle there on the faking the inside give. The RPO. He gets to the 30-yard line. This is a decent Delaware Valley Aggies defense. Christian Snowden, the defensive end, the senior from Williamstown, wreaked havoc on Wilkes last season. But the Nobile brothers, Mike and Anthony, we might see a lot of them today as well. 3 down linemen for Delaware Valley. 2nd and 5. Another shotgun for Tabora. He awaits the snap, and he's going to roll to his left, and he's going to hand it off to Taragna. And excellent play as they try to seal the edge. It's a first down for Wilkes, running off the right side. A little misdirection, and the Colonels are out to their own 44-yard line. Close to 14 on the pickup. Wilkes had everybody running one way. They hand it off, run it back the other way. They get out to their own 44-yard line. 11:15 to go first quarter. Wilkes trying to drive here. Ball on the DV 44-yard line. 1 to the near side, 1 to the top. I formation. They bring Deem, the tight end, in motion left side. Tabora under center. Back he goes, handoff, running off the left side. It's Kelvin Gonzalez, and this time he's swallowed up right in the backfield. Vincent DeLeo in on the stop, the junior. The linebacker coming up with a stop in the backfield. A loss of about a yard on the play. 5 straight running plays from Wilkes to start this game. 2nd and 11. The ball's on Wilkes' 43-yard line, pretty much right in the middle of the field. The official and Tabora having a discussion. Jose Tabora, did he have to check out? That might be why. Not sure if something, helmet came off or something happened there. And they reset the play clock. So I guess Tabora must be cut or something. They're going to get the training staff to look at him. Heath Hoovler, the freshman, is going to have to step in for a play here for Wilkes. So maybe an opportunity for Delaware Valley. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. They've got a wing left, too. Shotgun with Hoovler. Gonzalez stands to his right, sidecar. Now he stands to his left, out of the shotgun. Hoovler gets the snap, but he tried to run with it to the near side, and it is complete to Yannick at the 49-yard line. So Hoovler, that looked like a broken play for a second there, but Hoovler completes it and picks up about 6 yards to Yannick. So they get that. It's 3rd and 5 now for Wilkes. The ball on their own 49-yard line, right to left. This is their first 3rd down attempt for them. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Shotgun for Tabora, back in the game. Gonzalez stands next to him. Ball on the near side, back goes Tabora. Pressure coming from DV, tries to set up the screen across the middle, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Yannick, cutting across the middle of the defense, but threw it too high, and it's incomplete. Wilkes 6th in the country coming into this game in 3rd down conversion percentage. But they go 0 for 1 on that series. They do get a couple first downs. So DeSpirito's back to kick. Nelson is the one that's back at his own 15-yard line. So 4th and 5 from their own 49-yard line. DeSpirito puts this one high, spiraling kick, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. Chavez Stewart wants nothing to do with it, and the officials will mark it out pretty much right at the 20-yard line. So that's where Delaware Valley will take over. So no score here. 9:26 to go here in the first quarter.
Just 4 home games this season. Normally you would get 4 in conference and 1 home game out of conference, but both non-conference.
Delaware Valley starts their 2nd possession from their own 20-yard line. The number 22 team in the country. Deshaun Darden out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 from his 20, looks to the near side, quickly throws it out, and it's complete to Stewart, who gets out across the 30 for a first down on the near side sideline. An 11-yard pickup.
On the year, that is his 3rd catch of the year, it's a 30 yards. Number 34, Bud Moyer on the stop. Moyer with the tackle.
So, Bud Moyer coming in with the stop, the leading tackler for Wilkes so far this season. Ball's on the near side, hash, left to right, DV moving. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 4 receivers to the left side. Now they bring a man in motion. It's Flowers, but it's just going to be Darden on a straight keeper. He bounces off a tackler, and suddenly he's free down the sideline. Inside Wilkes territory. The 45, the 25, the 20, the 15. Cuts back inside, trying to get to the edge, and he's in for the score. Deshaun Darden, 69 yards to the house. So just like that, Delaware Valley scores on the Darden 69-yard run. So on to kick the extra point is Nick Cristano, the junior from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Good snap, hold down, kick up, and good. You know, Wilkes had an opportunity at Darden, just couldn't quite wrap him up. And it didn't quite work out for Wilkes on that play. Nice run for Darden. 7-0 the score. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and WilkesAthletics.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
So welcome back, where it's 7-0 Delaware Valley in front of Wilkes. 8:44 to go here in the first quarter. A 69-yard run from Deshaun Darden, scoring for Delaware Valley to give the Aggies the lead early here. So it's Washington and Cadiz back to receive the kick for Wilkes. They stand inside their own 10-yard line. Wilkes had a shot at Darden. He got out to the right, went down the sideline, cut across the field, and started to slow down. And Wilkes had a shot at him at about the 2-yard line, but he powered his way through and got into the end zone. So here's the kick. It's high, end over end, kind of swirling to the left side. Picked up at the 12-yard line by Washington. Washington getting out to about the 30, and a flag comes in late. So a flag comes in, the first penalty of the game. We'll see what the call is here. From the 30-yard line, that's where they put the flag down. And the official makes the call here. Holding against the Colonels. Wilkes has been pretty good on penalties, but they get penalized there. They're backed up to their own 20-yard line. So Wilkes starts on their own 20. 8:40 to go here in the first. So Wilkes picked up a couple first downs, but they stalled out in midfield. See what the offense can do here. Shotgun, more of a pistol look. Tabora, one receiver near side, one at the top. He's got the fullback to his side, and it's Taragna behind him. Now he rolls to his left on the play action, looking downfield for Stieber, and double coverage. Stieber wasn't going to be able to catch up to that one. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect there. Hernandez in coverage alongside Anthony Thomas.
Wilkes once ran 90 plays for a four-quarter game here. That was the third most in Division III football history. The game where the final score was
First weekend of MAC football. 7-6 Albright over Stevenson. 7:27 to go in the first quarter. Lyco has a 7-0 lead over Lebanon Valley. 7:11 to go in the first quarter of that game. Kings 9-0 over Hartwick midway through the first quarter there. 2nd and 10. They bring a man in motion. 3 receiver set. It's Nelson to the top for Tabora. Tabora goes back, and he slips, tries to get away from pressure, and he does. Now Tabora rolling to his right, throws it downfield, and it is incomplete, and a flag comes in late. So we'll see what it is. Tabora was dead to rights in the backfield. He squirted out, got to his right, and just got rid of it. And now we'll see what the flag is, thrown in the secondary. So the officials talking it over here. Taking their time. The official's still talking here. 8:26 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Delaware Valley leads. A 69-yard touchdown run for Deshaun Darden. And now the officials will make the call. Defensive holding. An automatic first down. Hernandez called for holding. That gives Wilkes a fresh set of downs back out at the 30-yard line. So Wilkes, 1st and 10 from their own 30 now. Stieber, the receiver near side. Nelson, the receiver to the top. Tight end to the right side. They've got 2 receivers to the top. Taragna stands next to Deborah. Now they bring a man in motion. That's Juan Salas Negron. Now it's going to be a run for Tabora, who's hit as he crosses. Looks like that was Mike Nobile on the stop. Hitting him from behind. About a 4-yard pickup out to the 34-yard line. So it will be 2nd and 6 Under 8 minutes to play here, first quarter. Wilkes trying to roll the offense out. One receiver near side, one to the top. Double tight, either side. Shotgun. Now they bring a man in motion. It's Yannick. Yannick coming into the slot near side. Tabora, handoff to Ragnar, running off that right side. He's hit right as he hits the line of scrimmage and dragged down about a gain of 1 to the 35-yard line. So that'll bring up a third down. Again, Wilkes coming in here, 61.5%. That's 6th in the country on third down conversion percentage, 1st in the conference. But now they've got 3rd and 5 from their own 35-yard line. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top. Shotgun for Tabora. Taragna next to him. 7 minutes to go here, first quarter. Pressure being shown up the middle from Delaware Valley. They back off on that. Now play action, and it's complete, or it's a pump fake. It's complete to Stieber. Stieber breaks a couple tackles, but he's not going to get much more than 2 yards. He caught it behind the line of scrimmage, made 2 people miss, but he couldn't get away. Picks up about a yard or 2, and Wilkes will have to punt away again. So nothing happening there. And Wilkes will have to punt away again. 6:30 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Delaware Valley leads. 4th and 4 from their own 36-yard line. DeSpirito gets this one up. It's a little bit of a wobbler. Running up to take this one is Stewart. Grabs it at his own 35-yard line. And he's tripped up at his own 40. Like 6:15 to go here. In the first quarter, Delaware Valley starts from their own 40. So there's 2 receivers to the near side. They got a wing left. Now they put him out in motion. That's Dan Allen, the tight end. They're going to try to throw it to him out in the slot, or the flat here, excuse me, and he's able to pick it up, and he is avalanched by the Wilkes defense. Right at the 40-yard line. I think that was Vinny Werner that got in on the stop. Also helping out Michael Murphy, the linebacker. 2nd and 1. So that makes it 2nd and 9. Near side pistol look for Delaware Valley. Handoff. This is Simmons, his first carry, and he tries to get into the teeth of the defense and maybe gets a yard. Werner once again on the stop. Dante just a sophomore. About a yard pickup there. 3rd and about 8 from their own 42-yard line. 5:20 to go in this game, or in the first quarter here. Shotgun with a wing left. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Darden looks to his right, to the sideline for the call here. Still waiting for the call here. Duke Greco, the head coach and offensive coordinator for Delaware Valley. And I think there's going to be a timeout. Yeah, Delaware Valley wants a timeout. They're going to take their first. We're going to take it with them. 7-0. Delaware Valley leads Wilkes. 4:56 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and WilkesAthletics.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley, where the score is 7-0. Delaware Valley leads over Wilkes. Some scores from around the MAC. 10-0 Kings over Hartwick, 8:05 to go first quarter. No score between Widener and Misericordia. That game already into the second quarter. 14-0 Lyco over Lebanon Valley. 7-7 between Stevenson and Albright, and 28-14 FDU over Alvernia right now. Darden goes back, 3rd and 8. We're looking near side. It's complete to Allen, but he's short of the sticks. I think about 2 yards shy. So they pick up 6. They needed 8. Makes it 4th and 2. So the Wilkes defense holds. They get another punt here, and it's Cadis that stands back at his own 10-yard line. So on to punt is Steven Adams. So a big stop for Wilkes here, 4:20 to go first quarter, 7-0 they trail. Here's the snap, it's good, the hold, and here's the kick. It's a high spiraling punt. Cadis calls for the fair catch right at his own 11-yard line. So Wilkes starts at their own 11-yard line with 4:11 to go here in the first quarter. So the Wilkes defense has forced 2 3-and-outs, but sandwiched in between that is a 69-yard touchdown run for Deshaun Darden. That's the difference in the game right now. So Wilkes back out. 2 to the top. Shotgun for Tabora. Wing right. Tabora waits. Play action. Looking downfield. Now throws it out to the left side. Has his man Juan Salas Negron make the catch at the 25-yard line. So Salas Negron pulls that one down for 14 yards on the pickup. 14 yards on the completion. That is the 4th first down for Wilkes in this game. 3:50 to go here in the first quarter. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. They've got tight end right side. Shotgun once again. Tabora stands. Ball at his own 25-yard line. 4 down linemen shown here for Delaware Valley. Play action. Rolls near side, and it's complete to Yannick. Yannick crossing his own 30, and he's near the first down marker across the 35. That was almost intercepted, but the pass was a little high. And Yannick found himself in a lot of space. A first down out to the 37-yard line. A pickup of 12. So Wilkes now throwing 2 straight passes after their first drive where they ran it 5 times in a row. Now more traditional eye. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Going to be a handoff to Gonzalez, who crosses the 40. And I think that's where he's going to stop. A 3-yard pickup before he's driven backwards. DeLeo in on the stop. On the 3-yard run by Gonzalez. Gonzalez from Wanacue. 10 rushes, 22 yards coming into today. Stieber to the top. Yannick the slot. 2:25 to go first quarter. They got a wing right, shotgun formation. Tabora hands it off. This is Gonzalez once again as he's hit, making his way through by Ryan Barrett, the junior linebacker. He rode him. Gonzalez kind of took him for a ride out to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 4. That brings up another 3rd down. Wilkes 0 for 2 so far. They've got a 3rd and 3. The ball on the 44-yard line. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Tight end near on the left. Shotgun once again for Tabora. 3rd and 3 from his own 44-yard line. 1:39 to go. Tabora rolling to his right. Handoff. They try the inside give with Gonzalez, and there's a flag coming in the backfield. This might be a hold. He's short anyway, is Gonzalez. He's only going to get 1 yard, but Wilkes, I think, is going to get called for the penalty here. We'll see if Delaware Valley wants it or if they want to just force it 4th down. Either way, Wilkes did not convert. So it occurred from the line of scrimmage, so they're going to move it back to the 34-yard line. So now it's 3rd and 13 instead of 3rd and 3. Ball on the 34. They need the 47-yard line. 1:20 to go, first quarter. They trail 7-0. 2 near side, 1 to the top for Tabora. Gonzalez stands next to him in the shotgun. Tight to the right. Tabora waits, right to left, moving Wilkes. Now pressure coming up the middle. Tabora has to get out, and he gets out of the pocket. Now Tabora into some space in the middle of the field, trying to get up the field. He's got a first down at the 48. How about that from Jose Tabora? A 14-yard pickup on the play. So the first 3rd down conversion for Wilkes in this game comes on 3rd and 13. They get 14 with 42 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side, a fresh set of downs from their own 48. Right to left as we see it, 1st and 10 for Wilkes. Ball on the near side hash. Gonzalez, sidecar right to Tabora. They bring a man in motion. It's Nelson. Now it's trips to the top of the formation. Back goes Tabora, looking to the right, rolls to his right, now throws it towards the sideline, and it is complete to Yannick, who tiptoes the sideline, and he's in. Right around the 39-yard line in Delaware Valley territory. 13 yards on the pickup. So a 13-yard pass completion, another first down for Wilkes. That's 6 in the first quarter, but they trail 7-0. Wilkes trying to make some things happen here. The first quarter comes to a close. It's Delaware Valley 7, Wilkes nothing. Wilkes driving. You're listening to Wilkes Colonels football on the John Mendola Show Network and on WilkesAthletics.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley. The score is 7-0. The Aggies on top of the Colonels as we get the second quarter started here. Wilkes on the DV 39-yard line, left to right as we see it. Shotgun for Tabora, actually pistol with the fullback to his sidecar. Behind him, Taragna. Back goes Tabora. It's a quarterback keeper running off the right side. Now trying to get around the defender. He's inside the 35 and knocked out of bounds there. Ryan Barrett forcing him out on the Delaware Valley sideline, but not before he picks up 6 yards to the 33. So Tabora makes it second and what looks to be about 4 on the 6-yard pickup. One receiver to the top, one to the near side. I think that's actually, that's Lashinsky, the fullback to Tabora's left. Behind him, Taragna out of the pistol here. Now back goes Tabora. Pressure coming off the edge. Floats this one to the sideline, and it is incomplete over the heads of both the receiver and the defender. Yannick ran into the defender. Khalil Petty was the one covering on that play. So now it's another third down here for Wilkes, 3rd and 4 from the 33-yard line, left to right. 14:24 to go here in the first quarter, or the first half. One to the top, one to the near side. I formation this time. Taragna dots it. Lashinsky, the fullback. So Tabora goes under center, hands it off to Taragna, trying to run off that left side. He's hit just as he gets to the line of scrimmage and can't move. Mike Merlino on the stop. And no gain for Taragna on that one. Wilkes running Nelson out there. Looks like Andrew Seymour also out there. So to the top, they got trips. Stieber, Nelson, and Yannick. Seymour, the receiver, near side. Shotgun with Taragna next to Tabora. 4th down attempt, the first of the game here for Wilkes. 4th and 4 coming from the 33-yard line. Shotgun, back goes Tabora. Pressure coming up the middle. Now just trying to get out and get rid of it. He gets away from pressure. Tabora across the middle. It's complete. 1st down Wilkes at the 15-yard line. And no flags. Wow. Yannick on the catch. On the 18-yard completion. So Wilkes converts on 4th down, and now it's 1st and goal at the 15-yard line. 13:07 to go, second quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Shotgun for Tabora once again. Play action, looks to his right, now looks across the middle, has his man, it's caught by Nelson, and he's inside the 5, down at the 3. A pickup of 12. So another 1st down, the 8th of the game. And now a chance, 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. They trail 7-0, 12:35 to go here in the second quarter. I formation, jumbo set. Double tight to the right. They've got a tight end to the left as well. Handoff to Ragna, hit in the backfield, trying to get away, and he's not going to be able to. Michael Nobile on the stop. Combining with Anthony Nobile as well. The 2 freshmen from Brick, New Jersey. And I think they're going to say they lost a yard. Taragna loses 1 on that. This is the 13th play of the drive that started with 4:11 to go in the first quarter. And Wilkes, I think, gets a timeout here, as they had a lot of people out there that weren't supposed to be out there. So 11:47 to go here in the second quarter. 7-0, Delaware Valley in front. Wilkes trying to drive and score. You're listening to Wilkes Football on WilkesAthletics.com and the John Mendola Show Network.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley University. 11:47 to go here. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. 4 receivers to the top. It's an empty gun for Tabora. This might be a run here from Wilkes, I think. Stretching out like that. Now Tabora fakes the run, throws it down and low, and it is incomplete. Looked like DeLeo had a shot at it, but it was too low and he couldn't come up with it, and instead now it is another 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Wilkes 1 for 4 on 3rd downs so far in this game. After coming in 61% conversion rate, 6th in the country. One receiver to the top, two to the near side. Shotgun for Tabora. He's got a tight end to his left. Taragna next to him. So they bring him in motion. It's Nelson. Tabora rolling to his right. Gets a block. Looking in the corner. He's got it. Touchdown with Nelson. Great design on the play. Derek Nelson scores. And Wilkes is on the board. So Tabora with his 6th touchdown pass of the season. "14 plays, 89 yards" was just yelled out. That is the kind of drive that Coach Drock wants to see from the Colonels. So DeSpirito on to kick the extra point. Hold down, kick is up, and it is good. And the Colonels tie things up 7 apiece. Tabora 6 of 10, 70 yards in this game with a touchdown pass. Or excuse me, 7 of 11 for 74 yards and a touchdown. So the Colonels get on the board, tie this game up 7 apiece. They started that drive with 4:11 to go in the first quarter, and with 11:35 to go here in the second quarter is when they put it away here. So Delaware Valley's been off the field for a couple minutes offensively. So we'll see what DV can do here. Game tied 7 apiece. Flowers and Centella back to receive. They're inside their own 15-yard line. Cutteroff's got the ball, spotted at the 35, just inside the far hash. Wilkes kicking left to right as we see it here from Lipinski Field at Workman Stadium here. So approaching the ball left to right. Cutteroff puts this one into the air. It slices a little to the left, high end over end, taken by Flowers, his own 12-yard line. Now running to the left side. He's on to the left corner at around the 35. Tries to cut back across the field, and he is tackled and brought down there. Kickoff coverage from Wilkes. So decent looking there, as it was Nazir Woods that comes up with a stop, and now the Aggies will take over from their own 34-yard line. With 11:31 to go here. Delaware Valley, 2 punts and a 69-yard touchdown run sandwiched in between on their 3 drives. Receiver near side, receiver to the top. They've got a tight end in motion to the right. Shotgun for Darden. High snap. Now he rolls to his right. Gets away from some pressure. Looks downfield. Has his tight end, but it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Allen. Streaking to the right side. Allen was open. He was in between the 2 defenders, but Darden had him. Just went right through his hands. So that makes it 2nd and 10. 11:24 to go here. 1 receiver near side, 2 to the top. It's Allen in the slot. They've got 2 wings to either side. Shotgun formation for Darden. They bring him in motion, and it's going to be a play action. RPO keep here for Darden, but he's hit just as he hits the 35-yard line. Great stop there by Amari Peterson. Good open field stop, and that makes it 3rd and 8 as they're going to give him the 36-yard line. So only a 2-yard pickup, 3rd and 8 coming. This is the 3rd third down try for Delaware Valley. Their touchdown drive took just 2 plays. 3 to the top, 1 to the near side. Shotgun for Darden. Simmons stands next to him, sidecar right. They bring him in. Nelson in motion to the near side. Now back goes Darden. He's looking. Pocket collapses. He escapes. Trying to get down the side, and he's knocked down at the 40-yard line. He's 4 yards shy, and Darden is slow. He's on his back, and this is not good news for the Aggies. Darden is down at the 40. And now attention turns to him on the 4-yard pickup. So Deshaun Darden is down. The training staff out to look at him. And Anthony Fontana, their normal backup, is not available either for Delaware Valley. So we'll see. We'll take a break. Deshaun Darden getting looked at right now by the training staff. 7-7 between Wilkes and Delaware Valley. 10:26 to go here in the first half. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and WilkesAthletics.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So Deshaun Darden is up walking underneath his own power. They're going to take a look at him on the sideline. Delaware Valley forced to punt away here again as Steven Adams comes out for the third time. So we'll certainly hope that Darden is okay. It didn't look like that bad. It was a clattering kind of tackle. Not sure what happened. Wobbly punt taken by Cadis as he stands at his own 34-yard line. We don't want to speculate as to what happened to Deshaun. The training staff going to take a look and see what happens here. Meanwhile, Delaware Valley forced to punt away. And Wilkes takes over from their own 24-yard line with 10:16 to go here in the second quarter. So there's two to the top here for Wilkes on their fourth possession. Pistol with a fullback next to Tabora. Play action, looks quickly to his left. It's complete to Salas Negron. Negron has a nice setup with a screen there. A flag comes in the backfield, and I think this might go against Delaware Valley. That's what Tabora is celebrating like as Salas Negron picks up about 13 yards on the play. So here's the call from the official. Roughing the passer. And it's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Wow, and that moves the ball all the way to the DVU 47-yard line. It's about 14 yards on the completion to Salas Negron. Turns into a penalty and a first down here for Wilkes. So they bring Nelson in motion. Tabora going to try to run with it. Nobil able to hit him in the backfield, and he's swallowed up eventually by the Aggie defense. A 2-yard loss on the play for Tabora. So it makes it 2nd and 12. So there's two receivers to the near side. It's Rossi, the fullback, or excuse me, that's Lashinsky, the fullback, next to Tabora. Out of the pistol. Play action. Tabora looking downfield. Has time. Doesn't have anybody to throw to. Now gets away from a tackler. Rolls to his right. Throws downfield looking for Stieber. It's out of bounds. incomplete. Tabora made another guy miss in the backfield. But now it's a big third down. 3rd and 12 from the Delaware Valley 49-yard line. What could have been a huge penalty, DV trying to make it stand up here. 2 receivers near side. Nelson, the man to the top. 8:59 to go here in the second quarter, tied at 7. Shotgun once again, wing left. Tabora stands at his own 45. 6 yards off the ball. Delaware Valley showing some token pressure. They don't bring it. Only a 3-man rush. Rushed out is Tabora. Looks downfield, has his man. It's complete, and it's a first down. That one to Jordan Jones. They use him a lot, and they get the ball inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. A pickup of about 15 yards on the play. So Wilkes really flexing their muscle here as they convert another third down. 1st and 10 now inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. 8:46 to go. 1st and 10, handoff. And this is Gonzalez running up the middle close to the 30-yard line before he's knocked down around the 31. A pickup of about 3. So 8:19 to go here in the second quarter. 1 receiver near side, 1 to the top. Another pistol look for Tabora. 2nd and 7. Gonzalez behind him in the pistol. Quick out pass. That one is complete and fighting for more after grabbing the first down there for Wilkes. As that was Seymour on the catch. So they grab about 8 to the 23. And another first down for Wilkes. 1st and 10 now. They've got the ball inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. 7:40 to go second quarter. Tie game at 7 apiece. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Wing left for Tabora. Gonzalez sidecar to his right out of the shotgun. Tabora rolling, now trying to get rid of it. It was supposed to be a shovel pass, and now throws it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez lost it, picked it back up, and he's hit in the backfield. It was a broken play. Michael Nobile on the stop. A loss almost close to 5, back to the 28-yard line. It could have been a lot worse than it ended up being for Wilkes, but now they've got a 2nd and 15. Ball on the 28-yard line. Tabora, shotgun, 2 to the near side, 2 to the top. Gonzalez next to him, sidecar right. 6:47 to go second quarter. Tie game at 7 apiece. Left to right, Wilkes moving with it. Tabora, back he goes. He's looking downfield, now has to throw it over the middle, and it is that caught by Nelson? The officials say, yeah. Nelson diving, gets the first down. That's a 16-yard pickup from where they have it. Wow. To the 13-yard line. And that was in between some defenders there for Nelson as well. So another first down for Wilkes, and now they're into the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. I formation, Gonzalez dots it, Lashinsky the fullback. 2 to the top for Tabora. Handoff, left side. Gonzalez tries to cut back up the middle. Nothing really there. Maybe a gain of 2. So Wilkes converts. It's 2nd and 8. Ball's on the 11-yard line now for Wilkes. And again, they're bleeding this clock. 5:34 to go here in the second quarter. They started with 10:16 to play in the second quarter. 10th play of the drive here. I formation again. Gonzalez dots it. Tabora going under center. 2 to the top. It's Lashinsky, the fullback. Tabora taking his time, looking at the pressure coming off the left side. At least that's what they're showing. They're going to pitch it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to cut back up the field. It was well scouted by Delaware Valley. They got in the backfield quickly. A loss of a yard. So that makes it 3rd and 9 now. So the ball back on the 12-yard line. This is going to be the 11th play of the drive here for Wilkes, and another 3rd down attempt. 4:30 to go, 7 apiece. 1 to the top, 1 to the near side. Pistol look, it's Gonzalez. Rossi, the fullback, sidecar right to Tabora. Jones, the tight end, to the right side. Back goes Tabora, looks to that right side, under duress, and down he goes. Blitz coming right up the middle. It was Blaine Netterman on the stop. Tabora sacked back at his own 21-yard line. That's a 9-yard loss. So the 21-yard line, they need the 3. 4th and 18. DeSpirito on to kick the field goal from straight on. 38 yards, Nelson to hold. So DeSpirito awaits. Nelson to hold. Good snap. And it's blocked! Blocked at the line by Delaware Valley. A big paw came up, and down it goes to the turf at the 25-yard line. So Delaware Valley now, 3:41 to go. 2 timeouts remaining and a tie game here in the second quarter. They've got the ball at their own 25. Can they use this momentum here? So Darden's back out. That's good to see. Deshaun Darden, 1st and 10 from his own 25. Shotgun looking right down the field. Has his man complete out across the 50 into Wilkes territory. Down inside at the 48-yard line. 27 yards just like that. That one complete to Ryan Norton. 27 yards just like that. Now a quick pass out. This is Stewart out on the right side. They complete that to him inside the 40. Down on the 39-yard line, a pickup of 9 on the play. So 2nd and 1 now. Pistol look. Two to the near side, 1 to the top. 2nd and 1. Handoff. This is going to be running off the left side. It's Struthers. Quadir Struthers inside the 30. Lots of momentum for the Aggies on another 1st down pickup. That's an 11-yard pickup for Struthers.
Our cameraman is going to step into the spotlight here very shortly.
So there's the handoff to Simmons, trying to get that right edge, and Wilkes able to string him out. Simmons from his own 28 gets to about the 26-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here, 7 apiece. But Delaware Valley on the strength of a blocked field goal, trying to move down the field and score here and extend to a 14-7 lead. Maybe 2 to the near side. Darden out of the pistol. Wing right. Brings Struthers in motion. Hand it off to Struthers on the end around, and he is able to get downfield close to the 20-yard line. In fact, I think that's where they will mark him down. It's about a 7-yard pickup. So the ball's on the 20. It's a third down attempt here. They need the 18. So they need 2 here. 3rd and 2 for the Aggies with 1 minute to play. Remember, they still have 2 timeouts remaining. 1 receiver to the near side. They're bunched tight to the left as well. Now a pitch to the left side. They're going to get the first down inside the 15, down around the 14-yard line. Nigro gets 6 yards on the carry. So they convert on 3rd down there, and now the officials blow things dead. So the Colonels call timeout with 36.7 to go. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. So Wilkes was driving down the field. It looked like they might be able to punch something in, but they get knocked backwards on a huge sack. They have to attempt the 38-yard field goal. It's blocked at the line. It lands at the 25, and then Delaware Valley from there goes right down the field. And now they've got a 1st and 10 at the Wilkes 14-yard line inside the red zone with 36.7 to play, a tie game, and a chance maybe to take the lead. Remember, Wilkes gets the ball to start the second half. This was a second quarter that Wilkes had really drained the clock, but they came up empty on the possession. Don't forget, halftime show on the way. John Mendola got a chance to sit down with Lackawanna football coach Mark Dudo. We'll play that interview for you. Get you, of course, the halftime statistics and analysis from what's happening in this game. 1st and 10 from their own from the Wilkes 14-yard line. Deshaun Darden goes back, looks to his left, fires complete to Stewart, but Stewart knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Peterson on the stop, along with Andrew Chang. They're going to put that right at the 3. So that's an 11-yard completion. So Darden completes it. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. 25.9, I think, on the clock. Empty backfield. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top, and the officials blow it dead. I think Wilkes wants to use another timeout. So the Colonels call a timeout. Game tied at 7. 1st and goal coming here from Delaware Valley on the Wilkes 3-yard line. 35-14 FDU over Alvernia. 3:49 to go in the 3rd quarter there. 21-13 Albright over Stevenson. That's an interesting score. 4:17 to go 2nd quarter there. 20-7 Lycoming over Lebanon Valley. 4:23 to go 2nd quarter. 2 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter. 14-13 Misericordia over Widener. 24-20 Hartwick back in the game against Kings. They trail by 4. 11:05 to go 2nd quarter. So 7-7 the score here. 1st and goal. Shotgun formation for Darden. They bring a man in motion. Struthers is the man trying to get to the right edge. Jumps to the end zone. He's in for the score. Quader Struthers in. Touchdown for Delaware Valley. So Struthers, the 3-yard touchdown run, makes it 13-7. So Delaware Valley takes advantage of the blocked field goal, goes right down the field. Now it's Nick Restaino on to kick the extra point with 24.8 to go here. And it's good. Almost didn't look good for a second. It's tough to see from the press box on field goals, but it's now 14-7. Delaware Valley leads. Tough break for Wilkes. They get down the field. An 11-play drive that ends in a blocked field goal. And now they trail 14-7 with 24.8 to go. They don't have any timeouts remaining. They do get the ball to start the second half. So far side, it's Cadis. Near side, it's Washington. We'll see what the Colonels can do here. Receiving the kick with 24.8 to play here in the first half. Colin Fasolka, the junior, has the ball just inside the hash, near side, the 35-yard line. Looks to his left, raises his arm, approaches the ball, puts his right foot to it. It's end over end. It slices to the left side, picked up by Washington at his own 7-yard line. Washington trying to cut up the field. Oh, and he's smothered by the DVU kick coverage right at his own 21-yard line. 20 seconds to go. And Wilkes, I'd imagine, is going to take their time with this, probably kneel it out, getting into halftime. And that is what they're doing. They're in victory formation. So the Colonels will kneel this out. Tabor takes the knee. And the clock's running, and it's under 10 seconds. Delaware Valley is cool with letting the clock run out, as is Wilkes. 14-7 at the half. The Aggies in front of the Colonels. Entertaining game here from Delaware Valley between Wilkes and Delaware Valley. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the halftime show. You're listening to Wilkes Colonels football on the John Mendola Show Network and on WilkesAthletics.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
It's halftime between the Wilkes University Colonels and the Delaware Valley Aggies here on the John Mendola Show Network. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and Liz Ferguson with the play-by-play action all season long for the Colonels. Had the opportunity to catch up with Lackawanna College football coach Mark Duda and a couple of wins for the Falcons here early in the season.
Yeah, it was a great opener for us. You know, went to Charlotte for the first time, played down there at USC Charlotte, and played Miami, ASA Miami. So we went about 11 hours to get there, and so did they. Won the ball game kind of going away. 113 degrees on the turf. A hot day for the fellows, but we did a great job.
And of course, this weekend was a great opportunity for you guys heading to New York.
It was really nice. Went to Staten Island and played Wagner's JVs. They're a 1AA school in Staten Island. Coach Haas is a friend of ours as well down there. Did a good job again. Scored about, I guess it was 48-6. So did a good job against their people too. So I think we're getting better every week, and that's the key to all this.
Let's talk a little bit about offensively. Tom talk about running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers. Who are the guys that are able to put the ball in the end zone for you?
Well, I think the quarterback's doing a great job. Mclaughlin is playing very well and completing a whole bunch of balls. It's a whole bunch of people, running backs down to our receivers. The strong suit of our team still, I think, is our offensive line. I think there are 5 Division I players on that offensive line. And so they are out there blocking people and giving Shane some time. So it's been very productive for us. I hope it continues that way.
No weaknesses, as you mentioned, on that offensive line, but Anthony Wiggins seems to be just a hair above most. Talk a little bit about his leadership ability. He's got that kind of personality where he's the nicest guy in the world. He steps on that football field, it seems like he's somebody else.
Great athlete. Could play defensive line at a high level. Probably a Power 5 defensive lineman as far as athletic ability. 6'5", 300 pounds. He's a Penn State guy. And just leads us by example. Not a lot of rah-rah stuff from Wiggins. More like a show-me kind of guy.
Head over to the defensive side of the ball, and I know you got to stand out up front, you got to stand out in the secondary, and in between, there's still some pretty darn good football players.
Yeah, we're fortunate. We're a really fast defensive football team. Our secondary, Coach Reese coached those guys back there, has got to be the best secondary in 25 years since I've been here. So, pro potential kind of people back there, and we're deep. So, we can go man-to-man a lot more than a normal team can go.
This weekend, Delaware Valley, you'll take on some of their younger guys, and then you'll get into the meat of your schedule.
Yeah, I think it's important for us, and I tell our players this all the time, to get better every time we play, no matter who we play. I think Delaware Valley, those kids come out and they're really tough kids, and they love playing, and they'll give us a run for our money. But I think that we should get better every time we play, because we know our season gets much harder as it goes along.
These guys talking about being on the map, trying to play for the biggest game of the year, which could be a national title. But talk about your ranking and how you guys are going to progress, because you see week in and week out. You've been around a long time to know that there's a lot of football left here.
We're ranked 11th in the country right now, and I think that is because of our reputation over the last, decade or so. People are going to rank you rather high, even though we're only 2-0. But I think we deserve that ranking, and maybe more than that. Depends how we play, but we have the pieces to be really, really good. It's a matter how they gel together. That sounds cliche, but it's absolutely true.
Another year together with Billy Reese and Josh Pardini, and we're going to talk with them, but tell us a little about what it's like to work with these guys day in and day out.
Well, we've been with them for a while. It seems like a short time, but it's a long time. And they've developed into full-blown college football coaches from a recruiting standpoint and all the way through. So they do so well that I do a lot less than I used to do for certain. Maybe that's a good thing. But they've done a fantastic job and matured as coaches and as people, and I think the sky's the limit for both of them.
You and I talked a couple of weeks ago with Media Day, and guys weathering the storm and getting through camp and different things. Guys settling into classes now. Talk a little bit about what that production has been like at practice and seeing guys kind of getting to that more of a routine here into September.
I think they come out of that survival mode into a success mode. I think what happens when you're in training camp sometimes, you just try to make it through the next day. Now they have classes and other things they're doing as well. So they're a very mature group. Sometimes we have groups we have to run roughshod over all the time. This group isn't that way. They have enough leadership from within, so we're old enough. It's really, really important for us. So as they get through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the schedule they have to realize that everything matters.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley University halftime here. It's Hall of Fame Day at Delaware Valley, where they're honoring all the great athletes being inducted into the Delaware Valley Hall of Fame as of today. So that's what's going on at halftime here. And it hasn't been a Hall of Fame performance necessarily from either team, but it's been a pretty good football game. 14-7 DVU on top of Wilkes here on the Wilkes Football Network. I'm Tom Ferguson. Thanks for joining us. So some quick halftime stats here. 14-7 the score. Wilkes, though, outgaining Delaware Valley, 181 yards to 174. They've got 14 first downs to the Aggies' 6. They've thrown for 132 yards, 12 of 17 in this matchup. 11 of 16 is Jose Tabora for 126 yards and a touchdown. Heath Hoovler 1 for 1 for 6 yards as well. So Wilkes moving the ball pretty well. They fumbled the ball, but they were able to jump back on top of it. They're dominating in time of possession, 20 minutes and 57 seconds with the ball, just 9 minutes and 3 seconds for Delaware Valley. They're 3 of 7 on third down. They're 1 of 1 on fourth down, but they're 1 for 2 in red zone scores and chances. A blocked field goal from 38 yards out. The difference, as Delaware Valley was able to take that, move their offense pretty steadily down the field, and Quadir Struthers runs that one in for 2 yards to make the difference of the game at 14-7. It opened with Deshaun Darden going 69 yards to the house, 2 plays, 80 yards, just 42 seconds it took Delaware Valley to score in their second possession to go up 7-0, but Wilkes was able to come right back down the field, 14 plays, 89 yards. They took 7 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock on a 4-yard touchdown pass from Jose Tabora to Derek Nelson. That tied the game at 7 apiece. And then, of course, Quadir Struthers, the 2-yard run, 8 plays, 75 yards in just 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And that's where we stand right now at 14-7. Tabora, 7 rushes, 25 yards in the game. Brandon Taragna, 5 rushes for 20 yards. Kelvin Gonzalez, 7 rushes for 5 yards for Wilkes right now. Jose Tabora, as I mentioned, 11 of 16, 126 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Nick Yannick, 4 catches for 49 yards. Derek Nelson, 3 catches for 31 yards. Juan Salas Negron, 2 catches for 28 yards. Nelson, of course, has that touchdown. And it should be noted, leading receiver for the team, 17 yards coming into the contest. Jeff Stieber, only 1 catch for just 1 yard, and that's it. So he's got 18 catches now on the season, but he's their vertical threat. He's their guy that they try to get his steady hands on the football on the sideline, and they have not been able to do that so far in this contest. Meanwhile, Deshaun Darden, 7 of 9, 66 yards. He's got 4 runs for 80 yards, including the 69-yard touchdown run. Quadir Struthers, 3 carries for 20 yards. Mario Nigro, 1 carry for 6 yards. And then Dante Simmons, 2 carries for 2 yards for Delaware Valley. Chavez Stewart, 3 catches for 32 yards. Dan Allen, 2 catches for 7 yards. Ryan Norton, a catch for 27 yards. Andrew Chang leading everybody in tackles, 6 tackles, 3 solos so far. Amari Peterson, 4 tackles for 2 solos. Michael Murphy with 3 tackles. Bud Moyer with 3 tackles. But Blaine Netterman with the biggest defensive play of the game, a sack, tackle for loss, a 9-yard loss on his sack of Jose Tabor. He's got 5 tackles, 4 solo hits. Meanwhile, Billy Walsh has 5 tackles as well. Ryan Barron has 4 tackles, and Vincent DeLeo with 4 tackles for Delaware Valley. 14-7 the score. We'll take another break. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and on WilkesAthletics.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen. Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So still halftime here from Delaware Valley. 14-7 is the score. It's Delaware Valley on top of Wilkes. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and also on WilkesAthletics.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. Thanks for hanging out with us on your Saturday here. And, you know, John got another chance to talk to one of the players from Lackawanna College as well as they get ready for their season. So let's see what they have to say as Lackawanna College becoming one of the more premier junior colleges, I would say, as far as football is concerned, maybe in the country. Here's John Mendola.
Let's talk with defensive coordinator Billy Reese. And Billy, the first 2 weeks of the season, this team has really stepped up, not allowing very many points. You got talent all over the field. Tell us where it all starts here for the Lackawanna College Falcons.
Well, you know, it all starts up front. I think we have a great defensive line, kind of anchored by Savion Williams. He's a Tennessee commit, actually. And then, you know, we have Chima Dunga. He's a big, strong, physical nose. And then we have Darius Smith. You know, he kind of rounds it out. And then we have a couple of great freshmen for us. Darius Payne, he does a great job for us. He's going to be the next really, really big timer for us. And Tariq Cole, he has some great speed off the edge. So, you know, we have a great defensive line core. It all starts up front. Games are one loss really up front. So
as we head over to the linebackers, you're going to need guys with speed because the teams you're facing, I'm sure, have a lot of speed over on the offensive end. But you're going to need some physical guys because there's some big guys you're going to face on offensive line. So you got to have the right combination. And you guys have had some nice linebackers over the years. Take us through this year's group.
To start off, we have a linebacker named Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris is a UConn commit coming out of high school. He's the real deal. When he plays, he really plays. I mean, he does everything well, from pass rush to playing the run, playing the pass. He's the all-around linebacker for us. We have a guy named Marvin Park. He's really smart. Always in the right place. He does a great job for us. He tackles well, rushes the passer. He's the complete linebacker for us. And then we have another guy. His name is Andre Blackett. He's the true leader of the defense. He calls all of our stuff. He gets people in the right place. He's the true leader for us.
Let's go over to the defensive backfield where we know there's some real talent there, and a lot of people always looking at Jaquan Brisker, but he's not alone back there. Tell us about him and the others.
No, we have a whole plethora of guys. We have Jaquan, of course. Jaquan, everyone knows Jaquan. He's a Penn State commit. But we have, and you talk to him. We have Braden Brown. He does a great job for us. He's a former UConn guy. We have Ben Waboga. Ben is about 6'3", safety, runs like a deer. Really patrols the middle third. Then we have two freshmen who I'm very excited about. Jair Brown. You'll probably definitely hear that name in the future. He just does so much stuff very well. And then we actually have the small school player of the year, Robert Kennedy. And Robert does a great job for us. He's physical. He goes about 5'8", but he plays much bigger than that. And then to round out the group, we have another corner. His name's Darius Pope. And he comes, he mans people up, and he plays great in zone coverage too. So it's a very exciting, talented, fast group to work with. So that's one of our strong suits on our defense. So.
Billy, always great to catch up with you and talk about this defense at Lackawanna College every year. Keep up the good work, and I know there'll be some more challenges as the year goes on, but keep it going, okay?
Thank you so much.
Over on the offensive side of the ball for the Lackawanna College Falcons, Josh Pardini leads the charge as the offensive coordinator. And Josh, let's talk a little bit about those guys getting the job done this year for 2018 to start out in the first 2 weeks.
We've done a really good job up front at the offensive line spot. I'm really comfortable with my top 8 or so guys. I think we have a lot of depth there. It kind of starts and ends with Anthony Wiggin, the Penn State commit at right tackle. Next to him is Bobby Mitchell, a big right guard from Cape Henn Loop in Delaware. Jerome Brown's our center. Kelvin Watts is our left guard, 6'4", 300-pounder from Atlantic Shores Christian down there in Norfolk, Virginia. And then Darius Tisdale won a competition to be our starting left tackle. It's his first year playing offensive line. He's been playing the position for 18 months, doing a really good job. And then Treboisi Nwana, Barnabas Banning, and Abdel Mohammed backing those guys up. Like I said, really comfortable with those 8 guys if we have to play any of them at all.
So impressive that there's so many guys up front, but it's been a tradition at Lackawanna College. You get the biggest, toughest guys, and they just do so many great things. But it's not just run blocking. There's other things they're going to do, and you demand a lot out of them, but they show up, and then they'll get to that next level and do some great things.
Right. I tell them all the time that I'm going to coach them hard and love them harder, and it's because I have sky-high expectations, and the guys before them have kind of set those expectations. Currently, we have 3 offensive linemen in the NFL and 12 playing Division I football. I think what the stigma we have to break is that just because you're at Lackawanna doesn't mean you're automatically a Division I player. You have to work to get to that point. And I think those guys really understand it right now. Competition breeds success, and with having 8 guys and only 5 spots to play, it makes us have a really good problem on our hands.
You guys send some guys to the PSAC, and that's some great competition.
Absolutely.
You think of the PSAC 20, 30 years ago and where it is today. I mean, there's some big-time recruits going to the PSAC, and you guys will send those guys, and they'll do fine there as well.
Absolutely. I think the PSAC's the best division in Division II football. I think a lot of the PSAC teams can go out and play an FCS schedule and being extremely successful with it. So sending guys to Kutztown and Millersville and East Stroudsburg and everywhere kind of in between has been fantastic for us. We had a running back last week for East Stroudsburg, Jamar Anderson, who graduated from Lackawanna, run for 260 yards and 6 touchdowns. So our talent's kind of all over the place. Some of those guys should be probably playing at a higher level, but they're making the most of their opportunities for sure.
Let's head over to the talent, starting with your quarterback this year, a guy who bounced back from an injury. Let's talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, Shane Mclaughlin's done an unbelievable job for us, and not to be overshadowed was the competition that Ryan Schumacher and Colin Smith gave him during training camp. Shane really had a battle to win that job. Since winning the job, he's completing 70% of his balls. He's got 4 touchdown passes in 6 quarters. He's kind of a cerebral, quiet leader, not really a rah-rah type of guy, but always goes the right spot with the football, always on the same page. He's kind of my extension of the offense on the field, does a great job with it. Ryan played a lot of meaningful snaps last week, threw 2 touchdown passes himself, ran for another. Really good athlete, has really improved his game, so he'll probably play a vital role for us coming down the stretch here. And then Colin Smith, a kid that came to us from West Virginia University after being State Player of the Year in Pennsylvania, actually knocked off the Dunmore Bucks here 2 years ago in the state playoffs. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. But he's still trying to get his feet back underneath and playing the quarterback position for the first time.
So our thanks to John Mendola talking there with the Lackawanna College coaches as they're into their season. And we're into our season here. Week 3, college football here in Division III. 14-7 the score. Delaware Valley in front of Wilkes, and it will be the Colonels in the white away jerseys to get the ball to start the second half. Cadiz and Washington back to receive. So here's the kick. Slicing to the left, end over end. Washington takes it at his own 7-yard line. He runs up the middle of the field, tries to dodge. A tackler leaves his feet, and he's down around the 24-yard line. So Wilkes will take over for their first possession of the second half. An update, 42-14 FDU over Alvernia, 9:43 to go fourth quarter. Halftime, 22-21 Stevenson over Albright, 23-7 Lyco over Lebanon Valley. That game at halftime. 14 apiece between Misericordia and Widener. That game at halftime. And just getting to halftime, 44-20 Kings on top of Hartwick. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Looks like that's Justin Deem, the tight end, to the left. Tabora out of the shotgun. 14:55 on the clock here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from his own 24-yard line. Tabora looking downfield, a flag thrown on the play. It's caught by Nelson, but is this one coming back? He catches it at the 45-yard line of Delaware Valley. So we'll see what the call is. The offense stays still. There was a flag thrown in the backfield as Tabora launched that one down the right sideline. A chop block called against the Colonels. They call that on Marcin Cabbage, the center. So they're going to move this one back instead of the 24 to the 12. First and 22 coming up here on the 12-yard penalty. So Wilkes has to start the drive now from their own 12-yard line, first and 22. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. So Wilkes on what looked to be a completed pass for a first down, now is first and 22 from their own 12-yard line. Tabora looking quickly to the near side, looking for Stieber. Stieber pushed off of it, it's almost intercepted, and then a flag comes out. Now a flag came out. Now, Ellis was the one covering Stieber. Are they going to get him on contact downfield? I think so. This might be pass interference. Yeah. This is going to be pass interference against Delaware Valley. That's what the field judge is signaling. It's a 15-yard penalty. And that puts the ball out to the 27-yard line. It's gone back from the 24 to the 12 and now to the 27. So first and 10 now. The ball on the 27. Shotgun. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Wing right for Tabora. Gets the snap. Play action. Rolls to his right. Now trying to get it out into the flat. Got it to Yannick. Yannick trying to dodge a tackler. He's out of bounds around the 35-yard line. A pickup of 8. His 5th catch. $12 of 17 is Tabora now. Yannick comes out. Justin Deem checks into the game. Or excuse me, that was Nelson that checked out. So Deem the tight end. Stieber and Salas Negron. Negron is in the Salas Negron is in the slot. Stieber, the deep man near side. 2nd and about 2 on the play. It's going to be a handoff to Ragnar running, and he spins out of a tackle, and he's got a first down out across the 39-yard line. So about a 4-yard pickup. First and 10 from their own 39 for Wilkes. 13-17 to go. Third quarter, they trail 14-7. 2 receivers near side. 2 sidecars, one either side of Tabora. Going to be a quarterback keeper on the pass on the option here, and it will be Tabora out to about the 44. Pick up a 5. Anthony Mobile on the stop there. Rossi checks out. Harrison, the tight end, into the game. They've got Stieber to the top, Yannick to the top as well. Harrison to one side. Double tight, shotgun. 2 receivers to the top. It's Taragna next to Tabora. 2nd and 5. Play action. Back goes Tabora, looking to set up the screen. It's almost intercepted and incomplete. Anthony Nobile sought it. He was right in the middle of the field. He jumped backwards, but he couldn't come down with it, and now it's 3rd down for Wilkes. They're 3 of 7 in the game. 2nd or 3rd now and 5 coming for Wilkes. The ball on the 44-yard line. They need the 49. Nelson, the man to the top. 2 receivers near side. Yannick in the slot. Stieber, the deep man. Tight end to the right. Tabora, shotgun, back he goes, quickly looking to the right, has his man complete to Nelson across the 50 as he came back for it. I think they're going to give him the 49. I think that's a 7-yard completion. Or are they going to mark it at the 50? If it's the 50, it's 6 yards. Now they move it to the 49. That's a 7-yard completion to Nelson. So not much fanfare on that one. They pick up the first down. So 1st and 10 on the Delaware Valley side of the field. 11:53 to go, third quarter. From the 49-yard line, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the top. Play action. Tabora rolling. He's just going to run with it off the left side. Gets the block on the edge, but he's tripped up. Oh, he had a lot of space, but he's tripped up at the 41-yard line. An 8-yard carry for Tabora. The turf monster got him. So it makes it 2nd and 2 from the 41. They need the 39-yard line. Right to left, Wilkes into Delaware Valley territory. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side, tight end left side. Tabora with Taragna next to him, sidecar left. He looks to his right. Now waits the snap. Gets it. Pressure up the middle. Throws it quickly to the near side. It's complete once again to Nelson, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So that's a pickup of around 6, it looks like. This is going to be the 45th play of the game for Wilkes. Just 19 plays for Delaware Valley on offense. Shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 35. They're going to try to run that misdirection action, and Delaware Valley read it, and then a flag comes out late. Now, it was Anthony Nobile on the stop, but what's the penalty here? This has been a pretty clean game up to this point, but now a couple flags, a lot of laundry on the field here in the second half. Let's get the call from the official. Is it just sideline warning? Yeah, sideline warning against Delaware Valley. A 7-yard loss for Taragna. So now, 2nd and 17. The ball on the Delaware Valley 42. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Wing right. Shotgun again for Tabora. Sidecar to his right is Taragna. 3 down linemen for Delaware Valley. That's all they rush. Running Tabora to the right side, trying to throw it out, and it's complete to Yannick. A first down. Or not a first down, excuse me. He's at the 30-yard line. Beyond the original line of scrimmage, out at the 30. So a 12-yard pickup to Yannick. Third and 5. Ball on the 30-yard line. They need the 25. Nelson to the top. 2 receivers near side. Wing left. Taragna, sidecar left to Tabora out of the shotgun. Pressure on the edges from Delaware Valley. Rolling is Tabora. He's looking, throws it, and it's high and incomplete. Intended for Juan Salas Negron. Not sure if he threw it too high or he wanted him a little closer, but an incomplete pass. And now 4th down. And Wilkes is going to run a play. Here we go. They're going to go for it. 4th and 5 from the Delaware Valley 30-yard line. The clock stopped at 9:27 to go here in the third. 1 to the top, 2 to the near side. Stieber and Yannick. Nelson, the man to the top. Tight left side. Shotgun again. Taragna, sidecar right. Tabora fakes the run. Now he actually is going to run with it. He's got space. A first down inside the 25. Gets a block to the 20, and he's out just inside the 20-yard line at the 19. A pickup of 11. Wilkes continues. This will be the 12th play of the drive, as Tabora now gets them to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 at the Delaware Valley 19. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Shotgun again, Tabora. To Ragna, sidecar right. They've got tight left side. Under 9 minutes to play here, third quarter. So waiting is Tabora. Did somebody move? Someone did. But did the Colonels jump because of someone from Delaware Valley in the zone, or what happened here? The officials are going to talk about it. 8:50 the clock stops at. Already a 6-minute, 5-second drive. Encroachment. Offside called against Delaware Valley. That is the 5th penalty against Delaware Valley. And now it's 1st and 5. The ball on the 14-yard line. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Again, it's shotgun. To Ragna, sidecar right to Tabora. Deem, the tight end, to the left side. 4 down linemen for the Aggies. Rolling, Tabora looking. Now has to get rid of it over the middle. It's caught in traffic, and a 1st down at the 6 by Yannick. An 8-yard pickup.
1st and goal for the Colonels at the 6-yard line.
6th catch of the day for Yannick.
And now Wilkes has a 1st and goal from the 6. 13 plays. That's what this is going to be here. 1 receiver, near side, 1 to the top. Pistol look. Fullback sidecar left, Tabora looking to the corner, and it is incomplete. Great defense there by Carlos Hernandez. Breaking up the pass intended for Stieber. They tried to hit that quick corner route there, and Hernandez was ready for it. 8:11 to go here, third quarter. The 14th play of the drive now, which will match the longest drive of the game for Wilkes. They had a 14-play touchdown drive earlier. Empty gun, trips tight to the right for Tabora. They're going to try to run off that side, and great job. Christian Snowden gets into the backfield, saw the play coming, and hits him for a loss back at the 8-yard line. A loss of 2. Wilkes 1 for 2 in the red zone already in this game. They had a couple opportunities against Lebanon Valley that they lost turnovers on down. Can they punch it in here? 3rd and goal from the 8 now. 7:40 to go. The clock rolling in the 3rd. They trail 14-7. I formation. Taragna dots it. Double tight. And a receiver to the top of the formation. Back goes Tabora. Going to float it to the corner. And is it caught? No, incomplete. They didn't come up with it. Looking for Stieber, but he couldn't come down with it. So now 4th down. And Wilkes will have to try to kick the field goal. A 25-yarder for Despirito. The ball's on the far side hash for the right-footed kicker. Already a blocked kick for Delaware Valley in this game. Despirito puts this one up, and it's good. From 25 yards out. Despirito with the field goal makes it 14-10. So Wilkes doesn't come up empty on that drive. And they started with the ball at 14:55. They waste 7 minutes and 36 seconds or so off the clock on that drive. Time of possession of the game. Wilkes 28 minutes and 38 seconds. Delaware Valley just 9 minutes and 3 seconds. So Wilkes doing exactly what they need to do. Counting the field goal, that was a 16-play drive that started at their own 24-yard line. So Delaware Valley will get the ball. Their first possession of the half with 7:19 to go in the third. Ball on the near side, 35-yard line. DeSpirito has the ball the near side on the 35. 14-10 after his 25-yard field goal. Puts his foot to it, bit of a line drive, end over end kick that bounces through the end zone and out of bounds. So Delaware Valley will start with 7:19 here. And the Colonels come back out. They forced 3 punts in this game. They gave up a 69-yard touchdown run to Deshaun Darden. And then a good drive from Delaware Valley just before the half ended, where they punched it in from 3 yards out. The Aggies start from their own 25-yard line. 3 receivers set, excuse me, all to the right side. Now they bring a man in motion. It's Struthers, and they're going to hand it off instead to Simmons, who gets hit immediately in the backfield. Good pressure there from Wilkes. Trollinger in there on the stop. And it looks like Vinnie Werner has to come off as Damon Barheit runs out onto the field. No gain on the run there for Simmons. 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Pistol look, handoff once again to Simmons. This time he breaks a few tackles, gets to the second level. He's across the 30, down at the 32-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup there for Simmons. Brings up 3rd down for Delaware Valley. 3rd and 3, and they get to the line pretty quick. 2 to the top, 3 to the near side. Empty gun for Deshaun Darden. 4 down linemen for Wilkes. Colonels shifting in the middle. And now the secondary backs off, and now they come in with 2 tight. With Darden, empty gun, rolling, looking to set up a screen, going back to Allen, who's hit by Bud Moyer and thrown right there at the line of scrimmage. Trollinger in there as well. A huge stop. Bud Moyer on it there for Wilkes. A 1-yard loss. A loss of 1 on the pass to Allen, and now Wilkes can get the ball back with 5:40 to go third quarter, trailing 14-10. Cadis stands inside his own 30-yard line. Stephen Adams to get this one away. He does. A little bit of a wobbler. It's spiraling, and it's picked up by Cadis, calling for the fair catch around his own 26-yard line. 5:24 to go. From the Wilkes 26-yard line, that's where the Colonels will take over. 16 plays on their last drive, including the 25-yard DeSpirito field goal. And 14-10 is the score. With Wilkes taking over at their own 27 this time out. So they've got 2 receivers to the near side. They've got 1 to the top. Wing right, Tabora. I think that's Wylie next to Tabora out of the shotgun. Play action, looking, just going to run with it. Try to get behind Wylie, spins away from a tackler, turns what could have been a 2-yard gain into a 4-yard gain. Actually 5 out to the 32. Anthony Tedesco in on the stop. Tedesco, the sophomore linebacker from Ocean, New Jersey. Colonels, 2 receivers near side, 2 to the top. 2nd and 5 from the 32-yard line. Empty gun this time. Double tight. Back goes Tabora, looking over the middle, has it complete to Nelson. 1st down across the Wilkes 45 and out to the 48-yard line. That is a 16-yard completion to Nelson on the slant.
Scoreboard update, FU Florham going to easily improve to 3-0. It's 49-14 midway through the fourth quarter. On 10 for the Colonels.
So another first down there for Wilkes. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 184 yards passing for Tabora. 17 of 26. Back he goes this time, looking down the sideline, trying to get it to his man Stieber, but overthrows him, and a flag comes out. Khalil Petty was running with him. It was 5 yards ahead of them, but are they going to say Petty slowed him down? From their own 48. Let's see what the officials say here. Yeah, Petty called for holding. The 6th penalty called against Delaware Valley. And so now that gives Wilkes good field position to the Delaware Valley 42-yard line. 1st and 10. 4:05 to go here in the third. 14-10 they trail. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Shotgun again. I think that's Wylie. Sidecar right to Tabora. Back goes Tabora, fakes to his left, now tries to float it, and he's just going to get rid of it. Wylie was going to be his intended receiver, but it's a great job by Delaware Valley's defense. Vincent DeLeo snuffing that one out. Saw them rolling to Wylie and just got over there. Ermias checking out. Salas Negron going to check out too. Looks like Jordan Jones going to the sideline as Justin Deem returns to the game here for Wilkes. 2nd and 10 now. 4:01 to go. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Third quarter, 14-10. Delaware Valley leads Wilkes. 2nd and 10 from the Delaware Valley 42-yard line, right to left. Shotgun. Tabora rolling to his left, trying to get it to Yannick. It's high, it's incomplete. Had his man. In pursuit was Ryan Barrett. Yannick had a step on him, but he threw it too high. And now Wilkes needs to try to convert again here on 3rd down, 3rd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Two receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Shotgun Tabora. Tight end right. Tabora, 3rd and 10 from the DV 42-yard line. Gets the snap. Back he goes. Steps into the pocket. Throws it. Near side. Can't get it. Stieber a little high as he lost his footing. Marquise Ellis in on the stop as well. And it's an incomplete pass. So Wilkes, 3 straight incompletions. The drive stalls out at the 42-yard line. That's a big stop for the Aggies. And Wilkes will have to punt. DeSpirito on to kick away. Chavez Stewart back inside his own 10-yard line. Wilkes, one of the best punt return yardage so far. Nobody's returned a punt against them yet this year. DeSpirito kicks this one. It's a spiraling kick that bounces inside the 10-yard line. Perfect for Wilkes, right at the 5. Directs that one to the right and out of bounds with 3:44 to go here in the third. Delaware Valley, their worst starting field position of the game at their own 5-yard line. So 49-14 is the score as we go around the MAC. FDU on top of Alvernia. 3:48 to go in the fourth quarter there. 28-21 Stevenson over Albright. Third quarter action, 23-10, like coming on top of Lebanon Valley. 21-14, Misericordia on top of Widener. And 46-27, Kings on top of Hartwick that game at halftime. Shotgun, darted, looking, left side, 1st and 10, high, and it's caught by Nelson. He high-pointed that ball near the 15, the 14-yard line. 2nd and 1 from the 14-yard line. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Pistol look, handoff. Simmons trying to find the edge, breaks one tackler. Now trying to get to the 15. He's got a first down, falls forward out near the 18-yard line for Dante Simmons. So Delaware Valley grabs the first down there on the run from Simmons, a 4-yard pickup. Three minutes to go, third quarter. 14-10, Delaware Valley on top of Wilkes. Another pistol look for Deshaun Darden. Looks to the near side for the call. Head coach Duke Greco, his 5th season at the helm here. Steps into the pocket, looking over the middle. The pass was intended for a receiver cutting across the middle. I think that was David Claybrook, the junior. But he couldn't find him. Darden's pass sailed on him, and it's incomplete. Into the teeth of the defense there. Cole Jesmer coming into the game for Wilkes here. He's out there alongside Lucas Wood and Bud Moyer in the linebacking core. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. 2nd and 10. Darden, handoff on the inside give. This is Struthers, who's hit pretty much right as he hit the line of scrimmage by Lucas Wood. Got in on the stop. 2-yard pickup for Struthers. Third down coming here for Delaware Valley. From their own 20-yard line, left to right. 2:17 to go, third quarter. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top. It's going to be Allen, the tight end, that lines up deep to the top of the formation. They bring him in motion. Nelson. Shotgun. Darden looks to this side. He completes it to Nelson, who's hit and knocked down well shy of the first down marker. Peterson on the stop. 3rd and 8 turns into 4th and 3 on the 5-yard completion to Nelson. And a huge, huge stop for the Wilkes defense here as they force another punt. Steven Adams stands inside at his 9-yard line awaiting the snap here. Cadis stands at his own 36, 4th and 3. Adams, he just got this one off. Wilkes might have actually gotten a piece of that. I think that's why they didn't throw a flag. Wilkes got a piece of that as it came out, and then a flag comes out on the sideline. I think Delaware Valley's going to get a personal foul for yelling at the line judge here. This might be on the staff here. Not sure who got a piece of it for Wilkes. It might have been Peterson. But he got a piece of it and then ran into, and then his momentum took him into Adams as the ball came off the side of his foot and went out of bounds right on the Delaware Valley sideline. Here's the official. 15-yard penalty, the 7th of the game against Delaware Valley, is going to move the ball from where it went out at their 45-yard line all the way to the 30. So Wilkes gets the ball at the Delaware Valley 30-yard line. With 1:16 to go here in the third. The best field position of the game for anybody. Problem for Wilkes is they do a lot better when they have a lot more space to operate. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. 1st and 10 from the DV30. Tabora pistol. Wylie is behind him. 1 receiver near side. Again, 2 to the top. They bring a man in motion. It's Nelson. They fake it to him. Hand off to Wylie. Runs up the middle. Wylie gets out to about the 26 inside there. About a 4-yard pickup. So it looks like that's Harrison that comes back out here for Wilkes. So a huge penalty against the Aggies. Ball on the 26. 45 seconds to go, third quarter. 2nd and 6. Shotgun, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. And it's going to be another, no, it's Tabora, keeper, rolling out to his right, completes it to his receiver. It's Yannick inside the 20, first down, inside the 14. The ball came out, but I think Wilkes jumped on top of it. And 18, Stieber is the one that comes up with it after Yannick gets inside to the 15-yard line, and they're going to mark it down at the 13. That's about a 13-yard pickup.
And Wilkes is going to let the rest of this time on this quarter run off the clock and have it 1st and 10 from the Delaware 13. They start the fourth quarter.
So, under 9 seconds to go here in the third. Wilkes, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of Delaware Valley. When we come back with fourth quarter action, 14-10. It's Delaware Valley on top of Wilkes. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and on WilkesAthletics.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley. 14-10, the Aggies in front of the Colonels, but they've got a 1st and 10 at the DVU 13-yard line. A shotgun for Jose Tabora. Wylie, sidecar to his left. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Salas Negron is in the slot to the top of the formation. Tabora running off that left side, now cuts back up the middle. He's inside the 10, and I think they're going to mark him down at the 7-yard line. That's about 6 on the pickup there. So the ball on the 7-yard line. Ball's on the 7. 2nd and 4 coming up here. 1 to the near side, 2 to the top. Shotgun again for Tabora, tight left. Wylie sidecar to his left. DVU showing some pressure up the middle. Tabora handoff to Wylie on the RPO, but didn't really get much there. Maybe a yard to the 6 with Wylie. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 6-yard line. They need the 3. They're on the 6. And this is what I said about, when Wilkes has a lot of space to operate with, they seem to move the ball pretty well. But once they get into the red zone, can't really seem to find their way in. We'll see here. Shotgun, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Tight left, 3rd and 3 from the 6. And it's going to be it's going to be keeper for Tabora, dives forward. I think he's going to be a yard and a half shy. They're going to make it 4th and 2 from the 5. So it's decision time here for Wilkes. 4th and 2 from the 5. They need the 3-yard line. I don't see the kicker coming out here. Wilkes is going to go for it. So the Colonels go 3 receivers to the top. Tight right side. 12:55 to go in the game. They trail by 4. 14-10. Shotgun, Tabora, snap, rolls to his left. Now looking back across the field. It's too high. He had his man Yannick, but he couldn't come up with it. Incomplete. Oh. A huge, huge play there for Wilkes. They had Yannick in the back of the end zone, but it was too high. He couldn't come down with it. And now it's a turnover on downs. And for the second straight possession, Delaware Valley starts on their own 5. They got a first down and then stalled out on their last one. Darden. Nigro next to him. Out of the shotgun. They bring a man in motion. Now Darden's just going to run to the left side instead, and it's open there, and he's tackled around the 18, but not before he grabs a first down. And the officials, I think, are going to mark it on the 20. 15-yard pickup. Big first down there for Delaware Valley. One to the top, one to the near side. Tight to the right. Wing left. Shotgun again for Darden. Wilkes tried to jump. They got back. So Darden, handoff. Dante Simmons is swallowed up by the interior lineman there. I think that was Vinny Werner among the Colonels on the stop. A loss of about a yard. Wilkes has forced 4 punts in this game. 2nd and 11. Or 5 punts, excuse me. And they force another here. 2 to the near side. Wing right. Darden, play action. Looking downfield. Has Nelson. It's high and it's incomplete. It looked like that was a chance there for Zach Weber. Try to catch it. Was a little high for him, and then it was too high for Nelson. So an incomplete pass now makes it 3rd and 11. Two to the near side, 2 to the top. Shotgun again. Darden looks to the sideline. Now Delaware Valley adjusts. Back goes Darden, looking downfield. Now has to roll to his right, trying to find the edge. Darden gets the edge, throws it short. It's complete, but I think it's going to be short of the first down marker. Depends on where the officials, they spotted it at the 8-yard mark. They need 10. That's an 8-yard completion to Nelson. Oh, excuse me. No, they're going to say it wasn't even complete. They're going to say Nelson stepped out of bounds and came back in to try to catch that. So it's an incomplete pass. The Aggies get a first down, but then they're going to have to punt again. (14-10), the Aggies still in front. The Colonels will get the ball back. Cadis stands at his own 40. We'll see what happens with Steven Adams. He had one tipped as he let it go the last time. This time he gets this one off a little cleaner. It's a wobbly one. Cadis does not call for the fair catch, but he's just going to let it go. And it bounces at the 36-yard line, and that's where it's downed. So another punt. Wilkes' defense has stepped up huge in the second half. 3 straight punts. But now the Colonels, they've controlled this game, but they need to finish a drive here. 11:07 to go. They get the ball on their own 36-yard line. So the Colonels. Shotgun for Tabora. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. It's Taragna next to him. Deem tight to the right. 1st and 10 from his own 36. Play action. Quick pass out to Yannick. Yannick trying to get around a defender and can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Well scouted. Anthony Tedesco saw it coming. Was able to wrap him up. No gain. So no gain. Petty in on the stop as well. Makes it 2nd and 10. They love those comebackers on the screen. But it didn't get anywhere for Wilkes on that play. 3 to the top, 1 to the near side. Seymour's the receiver near side alone. Trips to the top of the formation. Shotgun with Taragna next to Tabora. He waits the snap. Back goes Tabora. Looks to his left quickly. Throws it. This one is complete to Stieber, and Stieber comes up with the catch, but only picks up about 3 yards. Believe it or not, that is only Stieber's second catch of the game. He's been targeted a lot, but they haven't really gone to him too much. So now, 3rd and 7 coming up. Ball on the 39-yard line. Wilkes left to right. Shotgun again. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Tabora pointing out. Now awaits the snap. To Ragna, sidecar left. Tabora rolling to his right. Going to look downfield, and it's too high. Tipped and incomplete. Tabora probably should have kept it and ran with it to see if he could have got the first down on his own. Instead, he threw it high. Someone ran the wrong route, and it goes incomplete. So Wilkes, a rare 3 and out. 9:27 left on the clock, and they'll have to punt to Chavez Stewart, who stands at his own 25-yard line. DeSpirito on to kick. 4th and 7 from his own 25. So here's the snap. DeSpirito gets it, gets this one away, directs it. Perfect spiraling kick. Bounces at the 21-yard line, and that is pretty much where it will be downed by Wilkes at the 22 with 9:19 to go. So 9:19 to play. Delaware Valley starts on their own 22-yard line. How about this? Misericordia 28-21 over Widener. 12:25 to go in the 4th quarter of that game. 2 to the top. Shotgun. Wing left. Now they send a man in motion. Nigro. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Now they bring another man in motion. 1st and 10 for Deshaun Darden. Going to hand it off, trying to run off that left edge, and not really much happening there. John Davis, the sophomore in the carry. Out to the 25 with a 3-yard pickup. So the ball's on the 25-yard line for Delaware Valley. They move right to left. 8:53 to go in this game. They lead 14-10. 2 to the top. Wings both sides of Deshaun Darden out of the gun. They bring a man in motion. Play action. Darden's going to roll to his right. He's got time. He throws it. It's high, spiraling, and Nelson comes down with the catch, but he's out of bounds. Vinny Werner was providing the pressure there on Darden. He had to pull back as Darden let that one go. And Deshaun Darden asking the official, where's the call on the push there? But I think Werner held up enough, and Darden didn't fall. So let's see here. Great job by Nelson to come down with the catch, but he ran out of real estate to do it in bounds. 2 to the top, 2 to the near side. Simmons, or excuse me, that's a pass to the near side. It's complete and knocked out of bounds immediately at the 30. 25, a 5-yard pickup to Ryan Norton. And it's going to be another punt. They ran a pattern short of the sticks. Norton knocked out at the 30, and it's 4th and 2. They'll have to punt again. So Delaware Valley, for the 4th straight possession, is going to have to punt away to Wilkes here. Cadis stands at his own 30-yard line. With 8:10 to go, the clock running. 14-10, Delaware Valley leads Wilkes. Wilkes' offense is going to get another crack at this. This one away, a bit of a wobbler. Cadis backs up to his own 20-yard line. He picks this up, now trying to get away from the tackler. Can't do it. Norton makes a big special teams play, and Cadis is tackled at the 20. 7:54 to go. That was a 50-yard punt from Adams. And Wilkes takes over on their own 20-yard line. So let's see what Jose Tabor and company can do here. Wilkes had a 3 and out on their last possession. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Tabora, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side, left to right, moving for Wilkes. To Ragna, sidecar left. Tabora rolling to his left on the snap. Now gets rid of this one, floats it high for Yannick. Yannick can't come down with it. It's incomplete. Tabora was hit as pressure provided by Michael Nobile on the edge. So an incomplete pass for Wilkes. And unfortunately, Wilkes has not really been able to establish much of a run outside of Tabora, and this is probably the product of that. PV is going to settle into pass defense and force Wilkes try to dink and dunk their way down the field. 2 to the top, tight end right side. Pistol to Ragna behind Tabora. I think that's Rossi that lines up sidecar to his left. Tabora, back he goes, looking downfield, steps in, has time in the pocket, now throws it, has his man Stieber, it's complete at the 39-yard line, and he's thrown out of bounds as he backed up. So they're going to put that ball, as Stieber kind of had to go backwards to make the catch, from the 20 to the 35. It's a 15-yard pickup to Stieber. So that's a 1st down. Tabora had a clean pocket to step into. 1 receiver near side, 1 to the top. Double tight. Pistol again. Taragna behind Tabora. Handoff to Taragna. Try to keep the defense honest. He's hit as he came through as Vincent DeLeo on the stop. 2-yard pickup to the 37-yard line. 7 minutes to go. 14-10. 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line. 1 receiver to the top. 2 to the near side again. Wing right. Shotgun. 2nd and 8 for Tabora. He awaits the snap. Pressure coming off the edge. Now trying to step away from it. Wilkes doesn't pick it up, and Tabora goes down. Christian Snowden on the stop. Back of the 28-yard line. A loss of 9. So Wilkes now. A 3rd down. 3rd and long from the 29 or the 28-yard line. They need the 45. Delaware Valley just putting 2 safeties right at the sticks. Shotgun for Wilkes. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Tabora goes back. Only a 3-man rush from Delaware Valley. Rolls out to his left. Has time. Doesn't have anyone to throw to. Time running out. Tabora has some space if he wants it. Tabora is going to have to tuck and run. Can't get anywhere. And down he goes after a 1-yard gain. Great coverage downfield by Delaware Valley. DeLeo on the stop. Tabora can't do much more. If he tucked and ran, I don't know that he had enough space to get the 1st down. And it was good coverage downfield from Delaware Valley. They only rushed 3 players. Makes it 4th and 15. DeSpirito on to kick again. 3rd punt of the half for Wilkes. DeSpirito puts this one up. Another high, spiraling, wobbling kick, and it's picked up by Stewart standing at his own 27-yard line. 4:54 to go. 4:54 to go. The ball on the 28. Can Delaware Valley try to salt it away? They've punted 4 straight possessions. 1 to the top, 1 to the near side. Shotgun for Deshaun Darden. Wing left. 1st and 10 from his own 28. They bring him in motion. It's going to be a handoff. Struthers trying to run off the right side. He's hit at the Wilkes line, but he moves forward to the 32-yard line. That's a good pickup of 4. So now Wilkes, they have all 3 timeouts left, but now the clock becomes a factor for them with 4:35 to go here. 2nd and 6. Ball on the 32-yard line. They've got a receiver to the near side. They're in tight, offset eye. Under center, Darden. They try to pitch it to the left side. Nigro able to get out close to the 40-yard line. It looks like he's going to get a first down on the pitch left. About 7 yards on the pickup there for Nigro. So from the 39, Delaware Valley picks up the first down. There's 4 minutes to go here. The clock running, and now Wilkes needs a stop. 1 to the top, 2 to the near side. Darden with 2 wings. Now they bring him in motion. It's Struthers. They aren't going to give it to him. It's going to be Darden up the middle instead. Darden gets free. He's into the secondary. Darden across the 40. Now inside the Wilkes 30 before he gets out of bounds. 35 yards on the carry to the 26-yard line. And that's a big backbreaker of a play, as now Delaware Valley is into Wilkes territory at the 26-yard line. 3:27 to go. Wilkes needs a turnover. Darden, pistol. Nigro behind him. 1 receiver to the top. The Aggies going to take their time with it here. Double wing, left and right. Darden stands at his own 31-yard line. Handoff, Nigro off to the right side, and he's going to get about the 24, so a pickup of 2. So Wilkes, 2:53 to go here. The clock's still running, 2nd and 8. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Delaware Valley, for what it's worth, also has all 3 of their timeouts. 3 receivers go to the top. Tight end Norton is to the near side. Shotgun for Darden. And he's going to roll it quickly, throws it out to the outside. Chavez Stewart. Stewart trying to get the edge. Good speed on the edge. Dodging tacklers. He's close. I think they're going to mark him 1 yard shy. A 7-yard pickup to Stewart. So it's 3rd and 2. So there was a 6-yard pickup there. So here we go. Darden quickly pitches. Nigro dodging some tacklers. He's close. I think he's got it. I think he's got the 2 yards he needed. Mario Nigro, yes, the official says first down. So Delaware Valley moving the ball, and the officials bring it in. Yeah, they're going to signal it's a first down. So can the Wilkes defense do something here? 16-yard line, 1st and 10 with 1:47 to go. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. You got to think this is when they start using them. And Delaware Valley huddles up. They're taking their time. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. 90 seconds to go. 20 seconds on the play clock. They're just going to let this thing roll, and Wilkes is going to let it happen for first. And now Coach Strock calls a timeout with 1:20 to go. So Wilkes uses their first timeout of the half here. 1:20 to play. 1st and 10 for Delaware Valley. They lead 14-10 on the Wilkes 16-yard line. 49-14. I think that ended up being the final with FDU and Alvernia. 43-21. Stevenson pulling away from Albright in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 23-10 Lycoming on top of Lebanon Valley. Widener has the lead over Misericordia, 35-28. 5 minutes to go in that game. 49-30. Kings holding on to the lead against Hartwick. 6:21 to go, third quarter. So let's see here. The Aggies trying to punch it in here and salt away the clock. Do something here to stay in the lead. Wilkes needs a stop, needs a turnover. So, power to the right. They run with Nigro. Nigro is hit right at the line of scrimmage, and Wilkes ripping at that football. They can't get it. Maybe a yard pickup, and the Colonels call the second timeout. And they're going to ask for 1:14 on the game clock. It's currently at 1:12, so there's 1:14 to go. 2nd and 9 coming here from the 15-yard line. 14-10 the score. Coach Drock, his third game at the helm for the Colonels. Don't forget, we'll have the action for you from Schmidt Stadium as Wilkes takes on Misericordia, their neighbors from Dallas. They'll host them at Schmidt Stadium next Saturday. We'll have that game for you 1 o'clock here on the John Mendola Network and WilkesAthletics.com. On the road, Wilkes against the number 22 team in the country, the Delaware Valley Aggies, according to D3Football.com. And Wilkes giving them all they can handle, 14-10. Ball on the Wilkes 25-yard line for DVU. 2 to the near side for the Aggies. Nigro to the left of Darden. They bring him in. Struthers in motion. It's going to be Darden running off the left side instead, trying to get around Trollinger. He does. Darden's got the edge. He's into the end zone. And that should do it. Stewart was able to seal the edge for him, a 15-yard touchdown run. His second. And now a 20-10 lead for Delaware Valley. That should put it away. They're on to kick the extra point here. An 8-play, 72-yard drive for Delaware Valley there. So here's the kick. Restrano, good. 21-10 the score. DVU in front. So the Aggies surviving the scare here with Wilkes. And Delaware Valley looking like they're going to move to 2-1. They're home against Alvernia, new to the MAC this year, new to college football this year. They'll host them next weekend. So 1:08 to go. Coach Drock and the Wilkes Colonels, they're not going to be ones for moral victories, especially when they come so close to winning. But this, I think, is a marked improvement and a great window as to where this program is and where it can go for Wilkes if they do everything right. And I think a lot of people are going to say that about what this Wilkes program can be. Can they achieve the heights that they had for a long time, a long storied tradition of Wilkes football? So the ball's on the 35-yard line. Fasolka to kick off. The Colonels to get the ball. Cadiz and Washington stand inside their own 10-yard line. Wilkes is just going to need to make a big play to give themselves a shot again in this game. Washington going to let this one bounce out of bounds, so it will be a flag, and Wilkes will get the ball at the 35-yard line. So that penalty is going to be the 8th of the game against Delaware Valley. So Wilkes starts with 1:08 to go on their own 35. Colonels break the huddle from the sideline with Nelson, Yannick, Stieber, Tabora, and Taragna. Ball's on the near side hash. Wilkes moving left to right. They're on 35-yard line with 1:08 to go. 21-10, they trail Delaware Valley. Snap to Tabora. I don't even think he was ready for it, but he steps into the pocket now. He's hit and doesn't have anywhere to go. That looked like a broken play as Tabora is sacked for a 2-yard loss. Nobile and Kenyon Jones on the stop. So now 45 seconds to go. Tabora, 2nd and 11. He's under duress, gets away from one defender, looks down the field, floats it high. It's intercepted, and that will do it. Right at the 50-yard line, an interception for Delaware Valley, running to the near side, down the sideline, pushed out of bounds inside the 30. Tamon Williams with the pick. The first interception for Jose Tabora this season. And that will close it out here for Wilkes. 30.6 to go. They're going to say that's at the 28-yard line. And that's where Delaware Valley will take over. So Jose Tabora throws the interception. And that might wrap things up here. Victory formation for the Aggies. Deshaun Darden kneels it at the 30. Wilkes will not use their last timeout, and the clock will run. Great effort from Wilkes, great effort from Delaware Valley. It was a great game, but it finishes 21-10. The Wilkes Colonels fall to 1-2 on the season, but a great road game against a ranked opponent. 21-10, going to be the final here. Wilkes falls to Delaware Valley. We'll be back with the postgame. Stick with us on the John Mendola Show Network and WilkesAthletics.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So welcome back to Delaware Valley University for the post-game show here. The final score, 21-10. The Aggies take it over the Wilkes Colonels on the road. It was a tough game for Wilkes in that they had majority of the possession, 39 minutes and 14 seconds of possession time, but it was a lot of empty possessions towards the end of the game. Just couldn't quite find a way to get it into the end zone. Their defense was great. They forced 4 straight punts and kept giving the offense the ball in good spots, but Wilkes couldn't find a way into the end zone late and couldn't come away with a victory. They finished with 298 total offensive yards. They outgained Delaware Valley 298 to 292. They passed for 220 yards. They run 35 times for 78 yards, but Delaware Valley 25 times, 203 yards on the ground. Deshaun Darden, definitely player of the game, 7 rushes, 145 yards, 2 scores, including a 69-yard touchdown run in the first half half was 12 of 18 for 89 yards for the Aggies in this game. Jose Tabora was good again, 21 of 37, 214 yards and a touchdown. Throws a late interception, was 17 rushes for 50 yards, but as the game got on, I think a lot started to fall on him, and Wilkes just couldn't quite find anybody else to get some running yardage for them to try to take the pressure off Jose Tabora. So Wilkes falls 21-10, the final to Delaware Valley. And that's going to do it for us. Let's take one last look at the scoreboard across the MAC for today. 49-14 FDU brings Alvernia back down to earth with that victory. FDU moves to 3-0 on the season. 49-21. It's Stevenson on top of Albright. 7:59 to go fourth quarter. Almost over up in Williamsport. 23-10. Lycoming on top of Lebanon Valley. 35-34. I think Misericordia just scored with 4 seconds left. With 4 seconds left, Misericordia trying to decide whether or not they want to go for 2 or kick the extra point to tie things or win it against Widener. And 49-27, 14-18 to go in the fourth quarter. Kings on top of Hartwick. So that ends week 1 of MAC conference play for Wilkes. They're 0-1. They come home to take on Misericordia. Maybe a Misericordia team with a win, maybe not. I don't know. 35-34, they trail. They might be going for 2 against Widener. Thanks for listening to Wilkes Football. 21-10, the final on the road at Delaware Valley. I'm Tom Ferguson. You've been listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and on WilkesAthletics.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.